Perfect Blue was never meant to succeed. Too unsettling, too experimental, too risky for the world of mainstream anime. And yet, it became a cult classic. Behind the curtain, total studio chaos. A script so rewritten, it barely resembled the novel. A rookie director whose vision scared the very people funding him. These are 20 weird facts about Perfect Blue you probably didn't know. And they're darker than the psychological nightmare on screen. And just when you think the nightmare ends, it doesn't. At the very end of this video, there's a bonus fact so unsettling, it haunts the film's legacy itself. Miss it, and you'll never look at Perfect Blue the same way again. So stay until the end if you dare. And if you crave more disturbing secrets from cinema's darkest corners, hit subscribe, because the next story is even more chilling. Fact number 1, the script rewrite that changed everything. Satoshi Kon threw out the entire original script, and nobody could stop him. In 1997, Perfect Blue was based on Yoshikazu Takeuchi's novel, with a completed screenplay ready for production. But when Kon took the director's chair, he had other plans. He scrapped everything except 3 core elements: idol, horror, and stalker. What emerged was something completely different, a psychological nightmare that bore almost no resemblance to its source material. Kon rebuilt the story from his own dark obsessions, creating layers of reality that the original novel never explored. The studio had to trust his vision, even though it terrified them. That gamble created one of anime's most disturbing masterpieces.
They want her in a drama series. You just don't pass up a deal like this.
She can do both. She can sing and act.
Her schedule with the other two has already created a difficult problem.
Listen, she didn't go to all those singing lessons just so she could become an actress.
Fact number 2, from live-action disaster to anime gold. Perfect Blue survived multiple production disasters by accident. Originally conceived as a live-action psychological thriller, the project hemorrhaged money in pre-production. Multiple financial backers pulled out, citing budget concerns and the film's disturbing content. The project was essentially dead in the water. Then, someone suggested morphing it into an anime. What seemed like a desperate last resort became the film's salvation. The animated medium allowed Kon to blur reality and fantasy in ways live action never could have achieved. The production chaos that nearly killed the film actually made it better. Sometimes disasters create masterpieces.
But before we sing our last song, we do have some news we would like to share with all of you.
I, Mima Kirikoe, had a really fun time being a member of CHAM.
Fact number 3, psychological horror was box office poison. Studios thought psychological horror anime would never sell. They were spectacularly wrong. In the late 1990s, anime was dominated by action, romance, and mecha. Psychological horror was considered too niche, too unsettling for mainstream audiences. Studio executives worried it would alienate viewers and bomb at the box office. Madhouse initially treated Perfect Blue as a direct-to-video release, expecting minimal returns. But festival screenings changed everything. The film's disturbing brilliance created a cult following that spread worldwide. What studios feared would be unmarketable became a genre-defining classic. Sometimes being too weird is exactly weird enough.
Okay, we're all set now.
Rumi, you're so amazing, thank you!
And now I'll sign you up for online services, okay?
Okay. Oh.
Fact number 4, first-time director, Maximum Control. This was Satoshi Kon's directorial debut, and he did almost everything himself. Most first-time directors get limited creative control, especially on risky projects. But Kon somehow convinced Madhouse to let him rewrite the screenplay, create all storyboards, manage dialogue changes, and oversee animation design simultaneously. This wasn't collaboration, it was obsessive micromanagement. Kon controlled every frame, every cut, every disturbing detail that made audiences question reality. His perfectionist approach bordered on madness. The result? A film that feels unified in its psychological terror, because one disturbed genius crafted every element. Control freaks sometimes create controlled chaos.
It's extremely shocking what happened, but our worrying about it won't do any good. We have to put it behind us.
But then, there was also the letter bomb. What about that?
Come on, Mima. Do you honestly think that Shibuya's murder can be connected with that?
Fact number 5. The Akira connection that never existed. They marketed Kon as Otomo's disciple, even though Otomo had nothing to do with the film. To boost festival appeal, Perfect Blue was pitched with
About
Satoshi Kon, described as a disciple of Katsuhiro Otomo, the legendary creator of Akira. This connection suggested artistic pedigree and guaranteed attention from anime critics. The reality? Otomo had zero involvement in Perfect Blue's production. The connection was pure marketing fiction, designed to give credibility to an unknown director's disturbing vision. The fake pedigree worked. Festival programmers and critics took notice, giving Perfect Blue the platform it needed to find its audience.
Do you really think this is worth it for her to leave Cham? Do you?
Rule me, darling. Do you know how much work it is in getting a recurring role in a series?
I understand all that. However,
Fact number 6. The TV drama that doesn't exist. The haunted TV show within the film was created to mock Japanese television, and it worked too well. Double Bind, the fictional drama within Perfect Blue, doesn't exist in the original novel. Kon invented it as a savage parody of trashy Japanese TV, complete with exploitative storylines and terrible acting. The fake show serves a darker purpose, blurring the lines between Mima's reality and her media-constructed identity. Viewers watching Double Bind scenes often can't tell what's real within the film's world. Kon's parody was so convincing that some viewers thought Double Bind was a real Japanese drama. The fictional show became more memorable than most actual TV programs.
It's okay. Why don't I just treat you to a delicious meal because you've been working so hard?
I'd love it.
Fact number 7. Jungian psychology meets Japanese pop horror. The film's themes came from psychology textbooks and music albums,
Time
not
to
horror
change
movies.
this for me.
While other directors studied slasher films, Kon dove into Jungian psychology and identity theory. The concept of fractured identity came from academic research, not genre conventions. Even stranger, inspiration struck from a Susumu Hirasawa album, exploring themes of memory and identity. Kon transformed abstract psychological concepts into visceral horror through pure creative alchemy. This academic approach created something unprecedented, horror that attacks the mind rather than the body. Kon weaponized psychology against his audience.
Amazing. She thinks she's some new young up-and-coming actress named Mima Kirigoe.
Dissociative identity disorder. In other words, multiple personality syndrome. All those crimes took place when she believed herself to be some other persona, a different personality.
Fact number 8. Idol culture under the microscope. Kon rejected conventional slasher approaches to dissect Japan's idol obsession instead. Most horror films of the era relied on jump scares and gore. Kon had bigger targets: the toxic relationship between celebrities and their fans, the commodification of identity, the violence of voyeurism. He told nervous investors they had to trust his vision, even if his psychological approach scared them more than traditional horror. The film became a mirror, reflecting Japan's uncomfortable relationship with fame. Kon turned the idol industry into a horror setting more terrifying than any haunted house.
My name? I'm Mima Kirigoe.
Okay, and what do you do?
I don't know. Now I'm an actress.
That must be really hard work.
Yeah, it's really hard, but it's what I've chosen to do.
Fact number 9. Urgent deadline. Obsessive perfectionism. Kon created every storyboard himself while managing multiple production crises simultaneously. Most directors delegate storyboarding to save time and energy. Kon refused, insisting on drawing every frame's composition himself. This decision created massive production pressure as deadlines approached. While sketching storyboards, he simultaneously rewrote dialogue, adjusted character designs, and supervised animation quality. His obsessive control threatened to derail the entire production schedule. The resulting film feels cohesive because one mind conceived every visual element. Kon's neurotic perfectionism almost destroyed the project and saved it.
I'll always be with you and I'll never change. Not a bit, but I have a problem. It's that imposter. She keeps getting in my way. I don't know what to do.
Fact number 10. Memory and music as horror tools. The film's disturbing power comes from manipulating memory and identity through sound design. Traditional horror relies on visual scares. Perfect Blue terrifies through audio manipulation, distorted voices, reality-blurring sound effects, and music that becomes increasingly unreliable as Mima's sanity fractures. Kon understood that sound shapes memory, and memory shapes identity. By corrupting audio cues, he destabilized the viewer's ability to distinguish reality from hallucination. The result is horror that lingers long after viewing because it attacks the fundamental ways we process experience.
Mr. Romania, thank you very much. You're the only one I can depend on.
Fact number 11, the bathtub scene that conquered Hollywood. That terrifying bathtub scene didn't just traumatize viewers, it inspired Darren Aronofsky's career. The claustrophobic underwater sequence became Perfect Blue's most infamous moment, combining sexual vulnerability with psychological terror in ways that felt genuinely disturbing rather than exploitative. Years later, Aronofsky's Requiem for a Dream featured a remarkably similar bathtub scene. Critics immediately noticed the homage, though Aronofsky initially downplayed the connection. The influence didn't stop there. Echoes of Perfect Blue's fractured identity themes appeared in Black Swan, though Aronofsky denied direct inspiration. Sometimes influence works through cultural osmosis rather than conscious tribute.
It's just a website. Somebody took it off the internet.
Oh, that's really popular lately. Huh, so what's it mean?
How can I describe it? It's kind of like networking by using the computer.
Fact number 12, the original film that no longer exists. Perfect Blue's original 35mm negative was accidentally destroyed, so every copy today is technically inferior. During post-production processing, the master negative suffered irreparable damage through handling errors. This meant all subsequent releases had to be struck from lower quality intermediate materials. Modern viewers have never seen Perfect Blue as Kon intended. Every DVD, Blu-ray, and streaming version represents a compromised image, missing subtle details that existed only in the original theatrical prints. The film's visual perfection became literally impossible to preserve. Even masterpieces can't escape human error.
Did you realize that?
You just don't understand how this industry works, Mom.
Well, I do understand that singing is what you do best.
Mom, the pop idol image is suffocating me. Besides, today pop idols are...
Fact number 13, reality, blurring through reflective surfaces. Kon used mirrors and screens, not as visual tricks, but as psychological weapons. Throughout Perfect Blue, reflections appear everywhere. Bathroom mirrors, TV screens, storefront windows, even puddles. But these aren't random visual elements. They're carefully placed reality anchors that become increasingly unreliable. As Mima's sanity fractures, reflections begin showing different versions of herself, or failing to appear when they should. The film trains viewers to trust reflected images, then systematically destroys that trust. Kon understood that mirrors reveal truth until they start lying.
It's all right. There's no way illusions can come to life.
Rumi!
Cut! Mima, dear! What the hell are you saying?
I feel like I'm gonna have nightmares about this line.
I'm sorry again.
Fact number 14, nightmare editing techniques. The film's disorienting cuts weren't planned for narrative sense. They were designed to break your brain. Traditional editing creates smooth story flow through logical transitions. Kon deliberately violated these rules, creating abrupt shifts that mirror psychological breakdown. Scenes transition mid-sentence, locations change without warning, and timeline jumps occur without explanation. This isn't sloppy filmmaking. It's calculated disorientation designed to make viewers experience Mima's fractured mental state. The editing becomes another character in the story, one that actively works against audience comfort.
I'm not sure what I think anymore.
You watch too many TV shows. Now don't you worry about it. You won't become a star looking like that. Smile, okie doke.
Fact number 15, hidden clues in plain sight. Rumi's behavior contains subtle hints that most viewers miss entirely until their second viewing. During the filmed rape scene, Rumi cries while watching the monitors. Most viewers interpret this as sympathy for Mima's degradation, but careful observers notice something else entirely. Rumi's reactions throughout the film suggest deeper knowledge of Mima's psychological state than a simple agent would possess. Kon planted clues everywhere, rewarding attentive viewers while letting casual watchers construct their own interpretations.
It's all right, you don't have to worry, I'm here. From now on, I'll be in the light and you'll be in the shadows. What are you saying? Who in the hell are you? Nobody cares for you anymore. You're tarnished and you're filthy.
Fact number 16, Madonna's unexpected tribute. Madonna used Perfect Blue footage in her world tour, bringing anime horror to pop audiences. During her 2001 Drowned World Tour, Madonna featured Perfect Blue clips in video interludes between songs. The juxtaposition was surreal, pop music's biggest icon, incorporating disturbing anime imagery into stadium-sized entertainment. This wasn't casual borrowing. Madonna specifically chose Perfect Blue for its themes of identity, fragmentation, and media manipulation. The film's psychological horror complemented her own artistic exploration of fame's dark side. The collaboration introduced Perfect Blue to massive mainstream audiences who would never have encountered anime otherwise.
What? This isn't true! I didn't write this! Of course you didn't. The real Mima is writing this. I know that deep down in your heart you want to be a pop idol again. No! It's not true! I'm no longer...
Fact number 17. Film school psychology. Textbook. Perfect Blue became required viewing for students studying voyeurism, fandom, and media psychology. Universities worldwide now screen Perfect Blue in courses examining parasocial relationships, celebrity culture, and digital age identity issues. The film's themes feel more relevant today than when it was made. Students analyze how Kon predicted social media's psychological impact years before platforms like Instagram and TikTok existed. The film's exploration of commodified identity feels prophetic rather than historical. Academic recognition transformed Perfect Blue from cult anime into scholarly reference material.
Yeah, why?
That photographer, he's known for getting people to strip.
So what? She doesn't care. I'm sure she can't wait to take it off. In front of the photographer and everyone, like totally, I'm here!
Fact number 18. The trauma that keeps giving. Over 25 years later, Perfect Blue still traumatizes viewers, and therapists are taking notice. Mental health professionals report patients citing Perfect Blue when describing dissociative episodes or identity confusion. The film's psychological accuracy makes it genuinely disturbing rather than merely scary. Online forums contain countless testimonials from viewers who experience lasting anxiety after watching. Some report avoiding mirrors for weeks. Others describe questioning their own reality. Kon created horror that functions like actual psychological trauma, embedding itself in viewers' minds long after the credits roll.
Who are you? Why are you doing this?
I'm protecting my dear Mimanin! What do you think?
Protecting? But I'm Mimarine.
No, damn it! You didn't know I was Mimania!
Fact number 19. The unfinished masterpiece. Satoshi Kon died before completing his final project, and it haunts anime fans like a real ghost story. Dreaming Machine, Kon's final film, remains unfinished nearly 15 years after his death from pancreatic cancer. Production materials exist, but no director has successfully completed his vision. The incomplete masterpiece represents lost potential on a devastating scale. Kon's unique psychological approach to animation died with him, leaving a void that no successor has filled. Dreaming Machine exists in limbo, forever promising, never delivering.
No, it can't be.
Police say that Murano died of multiple stab wounds to 75%.
Not Mr. Murano! No!
It's complete chaos over here.
That's not the point. We have nothing to do with it.
All right, I know now that you're okay, but you stay put till I get there.
Fact number 20. From slasher to mind destroyer. Perfect Blue started as a conventional slasher film and evolved into something no one expected. The original concept involved a straightforward stalker kills idol plot with standard horror movie beats. Kon's psychological rewrite transformed simple thriller mechanics into complex identity exploration. Instead of asking, who's the killer, Perfect Blue forces viewers to ask, what is reality? The film transcended its genre limitations by abandoning genre conventions entirely. What began as formulaic horror became a groundbreaking meditation on selfhood, media, and the violence of being watched.
The original persona Yoko Takakura no longer exists. By killing and later becoming her sister, the top model, she salvaged her own heart.
That's right, I'm a model.
Bonus fact. The festival that changed everything. Perfect Blue's international success started with one festival screening that almost didn't happen. The Fantasia International Film Festival in Montreal initially rejected Perfect Blue, citing concerns about its disturbing content. A last-minute programmer reversal gave the film a single midnight screening slot. That screening received such an overwhelming response that festival organizers immediately arranged a second showing. Word of mouth spread through the festival circuit, leading to bookings at over 50 international festivals. Without that single Montreal screening, Perfect Blue might have remained a Japanese cult curiosity. Sometimes one yes changes everything. It started as a production disaster with a script thrown in the trash and a first-time director who terrified his own studio. But somehow that chaos became a masterpiece that's still breaking minds 25 years later. If you're obsessed with disturbing movie secrets and the psychology behind cult classics, hit subscribe because we're diving deep into the films that shouldn't have worked but somehow changed everything. The next rabbit hole is waiting.